Hey people! It's been a long time since I've done anything like this, like a sketchbook tour. I had 2 sketchbook tours up on this channel from a couple years ago. I'll probably just pop the thumbnails here. But I removed them because I was talking about stuff that makes me cringe now. But I'm thinking of unprivating them because I go back and watch them a lot and I'm like, oh, this is so cute. I was just talking about a lot of Minecraft YouTubers, so. But today we're gonna go through my sketchbook that I literally just finished yesterday on March the 30th. That's when I'm recording this, the day after. And yeah, as you can see, this bad boy is thick as hell. Oh, so ASMR. This sketchbook is a moleskin sketchbook. I've been using moleskins for, oh my god, so many years. And I have a bunch of other sketchbooks that are completely filled as well. And I'm thinking, if people like this, I'll go through some of my old sketchbooks as well, because there's a lot of stuff. This sketchbook is my pride and joy. I love her so much. I started this, I think, at the beginning or in the middle of 2025. I didn't write a date for the beginning, that's why I'm guessing. And yeah, I just was very stagnant in this sketchbook for a long time. And you'll be able to see like the pages, you can see like this little white strip here. Everything is very uninspired. I was kind of just like doodling stuff, but then after, boom. And I'll be able to tell you the time period when that started as well. But I thought I'd share this sketchbook because I'm actually really proud of it. And I'm really happy with everything and it's cute as hell. But first, let's start with my little stickers on the front. These stickers and these 2 are ship stickers that I made of Stranger Things. So I made them myself. We got Byla, Lumax, we got Joppa, and we've got Jancy. So you can probably tell what the contents of a lot of inside of this is gonna be. And then I also made this Miku sticker here. It's like a little like sea Miku, which was kind of inspired by just like Australia in general, because I was like, well, I want to sell a Miku sticker. I love Miku. And then these 2 stickers here are from 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰𝙀, and they're by my mutual Insolva, my goat. And then unfortunately I don't remember these other stickers. I know that these are from an art book that I have. I'll put an image of the art book up here because it's really beautiful. And then the rest are just from local Perth conventions, because I'm a Perth girly. Hey. Yeah, let's just get started. Oh, and hey, my name is 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰𝙀. You can call me Bella as well if you like, but yeah, this is my sketchbook. So first page, nothing really crazy. It literally was just, I had a bunch of old stickers and I chucked them in. And as you can see, this is what we're starting with. I was very like not into this sketchbook because I had just finished a pen only sketchbook. And I was like, well, I might as well start with pen, but it's kind of nothing. But this is 𝚂𝙾𝙗. This is my D&D character who I have been drawing for years and years and years at this point. I don't even play him anymore. I only played like 3 sessions with him, but he has stuck with me forever. I'll show you like a bunch of art of him here, but he's gone through so many iterations because I like to imagine in my head, like, ooh, if this happened in the campaign, like this is what he would look like now. This is how he would act. But yeah, he's like an asshole. I love him though. And this is a random doodle. And then this is a gorgeous sticker by Pigeon Princess, which is an incredible Australian artist. Love them so much. This is super cool. So I just stuck it here. Yep. Next page. See, okay. I need you to trust the process with this sketchbook because it gets really good. I really like it. But this is a JVIC sticker that I made. I love it. It's so stupid. It's like based on that one image that person drew of the 2 characters kissing. And then we have another doodle of 𝚂𝙗𝙗. I won't reveal too much about 𝚂𝙗𝙗's backstory just because I might use him for a campaign one day because I love him. But Terrence is basically the person he is in love with, but they've never really talked about that. They're kind of just like they're co-workers and best friends, and he's basically just trying to get him back. Yeah, I won't elaborate further, but this is cool. I really like the this design for 𝚂𝙗𝙗. This here is his first design ever, and this is where he's at now in this point in the story, even though there is no real story going on with him right now. And then we have Hikaru from the summer Hikaru died. Very cute. This was at the front of this sketchbook. The page is kind of cut out here. That's because I had like a drawing of my mom and I used it for her birthday on her card, and then I cut this out of here and stuck it here. And then we have a few more drawings of 𝚂𝙗𝙗. I don't really like these at all, but you can kind of see like this is what he looked like at the beginning. He was so, oh my god, he was so soft and so sweet, but now he's not very nice. But I like that a lot about him. He's got a lot of depth to him. He's super cool. But yeah, I don't really like these, so whatever. We have more Asta, because of course we do. And then this is just a random drawing of a girl by a lake, I guess. And then this is a drawing of me. This was like during the winter time last year, because I got a little scarf on. But yeah, this was drawn for Pixel Expo last year. I used it as an example of like a sketch commission sheet that you can get. Oh, and then this is when I went to a life drawing class. Ignore how just bad these look right now, because I hadn't done life drawing in so long, but there was life drawing locally near me, so I went, and it was really, really fun. As we go through, I'm probably gonna have to censor these in the video just because YouTube is weird like that, but I adore these drawings as we go further in. I particularly love this one, super cool, and then these are the final ones here. Love it so much. I love drawing the female body. I love female anatomy. It's so beautiful. And I love this one with all my heart and soul. And I miss doing figure classes. This was so much fun. I just like forgot how much I missed studying in arts. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the time I just like throw pen to paper and I draw whatever I want. But this was really awesome. I loved doing this so much. And it sparked a lot of creativity for me. As you can see, like this is the most vibrant page we have so far. And then we have some doodles, because in my old sketchbook tours, if I do make them public again, I talk a lot about Just Roll With It Riptide. I have loved Just Roll With It for, oh my god, I don't know how many years at this point. Like 7 years. I've been watching them since 2019 when they did their original campaign. And Riptide just stole my heart and soul, and they were on hiatus for so long on Riptide, and then they finally dropped the episodes and made me bawl my eyes out. So these are just a couple of doodles. I really like this drawing of Chip, and then we have Jay. But for some reason, at the beginning of the sketchbook, I just could not finish any pages. It was so just disappointing. And even more so disappointing, I was just in crazy art block all the time. I don't even like any of this. I was trying to come up with a new D&D character. Didn't like it. Don't like any of this. And then, oh my god, now we can see the evidence in a physical sketchbook form instead of digitally. I don't know what happened to me, but a switch flipped in my brain around August and July of last year, and I was like rewatching Stranger Things while I was making a present for my sister, and I just was all of a sudden like I remembered seeing a TikTok video of someone talking about something called 𝚑𝙼𝙸, and I was like, what even is that? Like, I don't understand, because I watched the show very passively previously, and then I heard that season 5 was coming out, and I was like, well, I might as well rewatch it, put it on in the background. And then I started picking up on stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna see what this 𝚑𝙼𝙸 thing's all about. And so I watched the 𝚑𝙑𝙸 lawyers video, and I think my mind exploded. So yeah, what you're gonna see in the sketchbook is a lot of 𝚑𝙑𝙸. Yeah, I adore them. I think they're awesome. And also Will has always been my favorite character, so I just became obsessed with drawing Will the Wise and Will in general. But I played a Stranger Things, like actual Stranger Things D&D campaign. It was like a one-shot, and I got to play as Will the Wise, and it was so much fun. And then here is where you can see a lot of Stranger Things stuff comes in. We have this awesome drawing I did of Mike. This is when he's like at the hospital in season 5. Also, we don't talk about season 5 in this household. Oh my god. You'll see what happens as we go through. Then we've got little Will drawing, Mike, and then this little mini comic that I did. This was when episode 4 had just come out, and it was Sorcerer, and everyone was like, wow, this was freaking awesome. So yeah, I was kind of living off of that high, and then I couldn't draw until volume 2 came out, because I was just so like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? So after, I'm gonna cover this. After this, I was like, I'm gonna just sit and wait and not draw anything, not hype myself up. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the finale, because volume 2 came out and I was kind of disappointed. I was like, oh, I don't know, this is just kind of feeling a little bit off. And then the finale came around. So I, as you can see, I was not very happy. Yeah, so we have a little drawing of Asta, and these were my January plans. Originally, like, I didn't have this here. I had January plans because I was gonna like write up like, oh, what am I gonna do this year? Like, I'm just gonna write it all down. And then I watched the finale, and I'm not even kidding, for about a week straight, I was just so angry at everything. I was like, how can you fumble this bad? So yeah, this is the beginning of the end, I like to say. It was like the end of art block and then the beginning of something brand new, and then also a lot of animosity towards Stranger Things as a whole. So here we have Mike found dead. I don't hate him. I do not hate him anymore. I was just really angry. Then we have Will saying, Mike, you give me the ick. And then a drawing of Will that I don't really like. Random Pinterest girl. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. But then from there, this is when my mind exploded. So the start of this year to the end of this sketchbook. So from January 1st to the end, this was all finished in 3 months. So here we go. We have these gorgeous drawings of Elle, because I actually don't even know if I can talk about her still, because it makes me so upset that they did this to her. Spoilers for Stranger Things, even though it doesn't fucking matter. You should not watch season 5. They kill off my gorgeous girl Elle. I talk more about it in this sketchbook, about how problematic that is. But yeah, so I felt like drawing season 2 Elle because I feel very maternal towards her, and she's so beautiful, and I cannot believe that these writers like fumbled this bad and killed her off. Not even that, they made her end her own life, which is just disgusting after everything she's been through. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me so sad, but I really love these drawings of her. She's so beautiful. And then we have this drawing of Asta. Looks awesome. And then this is a sticker. I cannot remember the artist. I'm going to try and find the artist, but amazing Rin sticker. I love Lennon Rin. And then we have my OC Jazz. He appeared a lot more in my older sketchbooks, and I adore him so much, but I just don't draw him as often anymore. I did like a whole project on him for university, because I went to university for animation. He's freaking awesome. And also I love this drawing of Asta. He's so cool. Next, I just stuck in like a bunch of stuff that I have. When I was at Pixel Expo last year, I was like selling like the character illustration things I was talking about. And this was just like one of the drawings that I did to like advertise it. And then this is me talking about Mistborn, because I was selling like a Mistborn print, and I was like, people you need to lock in. This is an OC for a story that I still really want to develop, so I'm not going to talk about it a lot, but this is Becca. She is beautiful and I love her. She's very inspired by Elle, but I actually care about her and love her. So yeah. And then this is a sticker made by my friend Kenny, and it's a Sally face. Super cool. And then we have this gorgeous spread that I love that is literally just a Byler spread. So yeah, ignore this. I literally wrote the Crazy Together quote wrong. I don't know how I did that, but yeah, I'm obsessed with this drawing of Will the Wise. I think it is one of my favorites that I've ever drawn of my beautiful, beautiful son. And then we have, these were definitely Pinterest references. Don't really like this one. I think the anatomy is so off, but this one's really cute. So cute. But I love layering random like pieces of paper and like stickers into a single page in a sketchbook, and that's why this whole thing is so bulky. It's literally just filled with just stuck in collage pages, and it's really, really fun, and I love the textures of everything. But as you can see, it's made my sketchbook just fall apart, so I've got to be careful with my next one, but this has like managed to stay together pretty well, even though the pages are kind of failing. Trigger warning for blood or gore, even though it's like in black. Yeah, that's what's happening here. Fanfic Eye for an Eye by this person, don't remember the name. I love it so much. It was so disgusting and so scary and visceral, and I was like, oh my god, the language is like insane. It's basically a fic where Will is possessed and he has to rip out his own eye. I thought it was really awesome, but in a way where it was like, wow, I can't believe like people are this creative to come up with something that's like actually horror related. Like Stranger Things season 5, not scary at all. And then seeing the potential of like going to the extreme was just like, wow. And then this is one of my OCs. His name is Travis. He's really cool. If you know, you know. My friends, they know who this guy is. And then I love 𝚂𝚂𝙀 so much. So all of the text is just songs from 𝚂𝚂𝙀, specifically her new album, Willoughby Tucker, I Will Always Love You. I got to see her live, and it was probably one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. Next, we just have like a kind of art block page. I finally watched Lord of the Rings, and obviously I love Frodo. That is so Will Byers coded, yeah. But yeah, just random doodles. We've got Willow the Wise, very beautiful. But yeah, this was kind of like art block. I didn't really know what to draw. And now we've got more little collage pages. I'm not like a huge fan of all this stuff, but I was kind of just like doodling, which is fine. I think it's cute. But we got little Frodo and then little Will, and I was like, wait, why are they twinning right now? Because they're low-key twinning. They're low-key twinning. And then we have another drawing of like inspired by Will having to like take out his own eye with the whole eye of Vecna theory, which I thought was so cool. But we just didn't get that. And then we have beautiful 𝚂/Jane and Will, because they are brother and sister in my heart and soul, and I don't know why they didn't even develop that. It made me so angry. And then this next page, I care about it a lot. It is a beautiful spread. I wanted to just draw 𝚂/Jane because she is so important to me and so beautiful. She's a fictional character, right? But portraying a woman in such a way and then doing that to her, like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I literally couldn't believe it. It baffled me that they chose to do that. The easiest decision would have been to let her live. And that would have been 10 million times a better message, more emotionally impactful, more driven by just like a good message. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. So I drew these beautiful drawings of my gorgeous girl. And the Woman Dies poem really encapsulates how I feel about what they did to her. So if you want to have a look at that poem online, it is beautiful. It's by, I'm not really sure if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰𝙀. The poem is beautiful. I believe it's translated into English. So check it out. But yeah, I love these drawings of my gorgeous girl, and I love her season 4 outfit at the roller rink so much, even though that was a terrible day for her. I think she looked so beautiful. Next, we got a bunch more doodles. I love this page. It's really fun, and I really, really love what I was able to do here with this drawing of Asta. I think it was just like a black pen and then my purple Posca and my white Posca, and I just like painted on top of it with the Posca pens, and it like blended together and it looks super cool. And then this is a drawing of Poppy, gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And then I went and saw 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰, and hot take, it was not all that. And 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙼𝙸𝙰, he just pissed me off the entire time. I feel the same way that I feel about 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰 as how I feel about Oppenheimer, and I will not elaborate because I'm scared that the dude bros are gonna get me. Beautiful, I love this spread. And I was kind of just like playing around with random stuff. Next, we have more Will losing his eye imagery because I thought that was such a cool concept. And I did all of this in Posca pen. It was so much fun. And then here you can see like this colored paper. It's actually from this like box set of like cards that I bought. But I was like, wow, this paper is so pretty. I want to just like chuck it in the background of sketchbook stuff. And then I would like stick normal white paper on top and then draw on top of it just to add some pizzazz to my sketchbook. And then of course we have Mike the Heart Wheeler, Paladin Mike. Next, I do really like this drawing of Mike. This is when the Byla fandom was kind of going crazy and we were coming up with like concept after concept after concept, variant every single day because we were just coping so hard. And this is when we were like, okay, what if California Mike and met Mike when he, what am I saying? What if California Will met Hellfire Mike? He would be crazy. He would love it. And so I kind of just like drew that. It was really fun. And then another really cool AU is the Will Was Never Found AU, which I love and I delve more into in this sketchbook. And it's basically Will isn't found until season 5. I thought that was crazy. And I think he looks a little bit like Jonathan here because brothers. Yeah, but that was super fun. Next was this little page. I do really like it. This is like more of that paper that I was talking about. This is a doodle that I did of Will the Wise when I was working. So cute. And then this is just a random doodle. I don't even know. But yeah, this is me saying I haven't drawn this much in a sketchbook since high school. That's why I love the sketchbook so much, because I go through my old high school sketchbooks a lot. And I'm like, wow, like I know that I've improved a lot, but I found that I was way more passionate about drawing during that time because I would have school and then I would be like, okay, now time for the fun thing. But when I went to university for animation, for a little while I was treating drawing as, okay, this is work, this is schoolwork, I have to do this. But now that I've graduated, I really wanted to get back into the having illustration as a hobby as well as something that I'm using as a career. And I think that really pushed my creativity. And I felt so much more comfortable and confident and excited to like pick up my sketchbook and draw, which is why this thing is freaking thick as hell. So yeah, this was kind of that realization point where I was like, I love drawing so much. I mean, I always have, but this kind of just solidified that for me. Then we have another random doodle page, just some random stuff, sticking in just anything that I can find. Not really much to say here, just like a bunch of doodles. I really like this one. This is of me. I was sitting at the beach when I drew this, and I was like, what if my hair was waves? So there's my hair as waves. This is probably low-key my favorite page in the whole sketchbook, but here it is. Oh my god, this spread is gorgeous. So this is like a concept scene from season 5 of Mike and Will on the tower. Just like, hey, what if that was a confession instead? Like, obviously I don't think it was an appropriate time for that. But yeah, this is just like a little concept comic section here. And then we have my beautiful OCs, Jazz and Cupid, who I love dearly. This drawing of Jazz is probably my favorite drawing of him that I've ever done, ever. I love it. I love the way that the white Posca stands out so much when I draw on top of it. So freaking cool. But yeah, this spread and the color scheme is just gorgeous. I love it. Next, we have another spread that I quite like. This is a drawing I did of my sister when we were working together. Random doodles while I was at work. And then this is a beautiful little drawing of MeWe, which is Mike and Will when they were younger. They make me so sad because it's just so pure and so lovely. There's me like Markiplier reacting in the corner. Next, we have another random spread. I went and saw 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰. Oh, I love 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰 so much. I've been an OG Markiplier fan, so yeah, I've been in the trenches with this man. And then while I was seeing 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰, it was like the premiere in Australia. There was this guy going around with like big A4 pieces of paper of just printed out Markiplier photos. So I just stuck this one in here because that's what I got. We got a little drawing of Asta, and then this is when Brave Buyers was like going around, which is another Byler variant. And it is if Paladin Mike came into the Stranger Things universe, like he just like universe jumping shit, and he kind of like confronts Mike, and it causes Mike to like confront his feelings. It was such a fun dynamic. I loved it so much. But as you can see, I'm kind of talking about it in past tense because love Byler to the day I die, but I'm burnt out from drawing them. I drew them so much. So now I'm kind of just like reminiscing and looking back on all of this with like heart eyes because I love it, but I ain't drawing this anymore. And then we've got more Byler. This is, oh my god, this fills my heart with joy. This drawing of Will the Wise and then Paladin Mike is one of my favorites in this whole sketchbook. I also just love this layout of the pretty paper and then putting the white paper on top and then drawing them. I think it looks gorgeous. And then we have a bunch of Byler variants because I love them, and I love this drawing. 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰 has always been my favorite. 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰, which is our beautiful D&D boys. Because I love me a fantasy. I love fantasy so much. And so this is my favorite Byler variant by a long shot. You can probably tell because they appear in my sketchbook so much. And next we just have me doodling. This is when I was listening to a lot of Big Thief and Adrienne Lenker, which Adrienne Lenker is one of my favorite artists of all time. So I was like just re-listening to all of her music. And it just resulted in this gorgeous spread. Very happy with it. And then this here is the first drawing of 𝚂𝙾𝙲𝙀 in this sketchbook. She is a OC of mine. Me and my friends, like a couple years ago, we made My Hero Academia OCs. And 𝚂𝙾𝙲𝙀, I just adore her so much, and I always will. I think she's so gorgeous. She has the ability to like manipulate her own bones into like weapons or shields on her own body. She's so cool. I love her. And then of course we've got Willow the Wise, my beautiful girl. We got more Byler and we got more Asta. As you can see, I've got favorites that I like to draw. We have Asta if he was a human, literally just get rid of his horns and his ears and there we go, bam. And then we've got Les Byler, my beautifuls. Not really much to say here, but very cute spread. Next, we got more Byler. Oh, I love this page. This was the Will Was Never Found AU, heavily inspired by this gorgeous artist on Tumblr. I love this drawing. I love that I managed to draw Will holding a gun, even though the gun's a little bit chopped. That's fine. It's cute. Here we've got some gorgeous Byler doodles. I love these so much. And then this dialogue here was inspired by "You Took My Heart, I Was Sleeping," which was a fanfic that absolutely blew up in the 𝚬𝙼 fandom and is now the second most kudos fic on AO3 of all time, which is insane. But yeah, I love 𝚬𝙼. I always will, but I drew so much of my boys, I don't know if I can anymore. This, I'm not going to read all of it out, but I just was going insane over how I could like rewrite the show, not even in like a drastic way, just like small changes here and there, and then obviously more drastic changes as we get to like season 4 and season 5. But season 1 and 2 I wrote about, and then I was like, you know what, they should have just done this in the beginning. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. So I didn't, and then I drew like the second part, I guess, to The Will Was Never Found AU. I'm obsessed with these sketches so much, and same with this one. Oh, I just love it. I think it looks gorgeous. It's so aesthetically pleasing. And then we've got little will doodles. I love them. Beautiful. 𝚂𝙾𝙼𝙸𝙰, gorgeous. And then this was from when I went to the casino. And then we just have a random doodle page. We have Mark from In Space with Markiplier, because after I saw Iron Long, I was like, I need to rewatch all of Mark's projects because I love them so much. So drew In Space Mark. And then we have Jay Farron from Just Roll With It, my beautiful, gorgeous girl. I love this drawing so much. And then this was a random doodle. I don't even know. I was kind of like, I just want to throw shit on the page. I'm not super motivated to draw, but I wanted to draw. You know what I mean. And then that same character from before that I drew on the other page, I just drew her again because why not? And then I drew myself. This is me. I don't know if it really looks like me, but that's me. Then we have this drawing of Will the Wise, and then my character that I made in Go, which is like the mobile app that you can use to study. That's what I made myself look like. I thought it was so cute. And then I ended up turning this little sketch concept into this digital illustration, which I love and adore with all of my heart and soul. I put so much work into it, and I love it so much. But yeah, obviously, you can tell who my fave is, always. And then this is the only page in the sketchbook that I hate with all my heart and soul. I was not even motivated to draw, but I was like, I just have to. This is after I saw Chapel Road at Laneway. I love Chapel Road so much. And yeah, it was just awesome. I did like a Chapel Road inspired look. Bam, there I am. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw myself. But every time I go to draw myself in like a different outfit or like something unique, I find that I just like, I get really caught up in it and I don't end up liking it. So I'm not a fan of this page, but I was really happy when I was making it. It's just the aftermath when it was over. I was like, oh, I don't like this at all, but that's okay. This was just like after the art block of the previous page, I was like, I just need to go back to my roots, go back to Stranger Things art and draw some of that. So it started with this little doodle. I actually really like it. I love drawing noses like this. And then we've got Vampire Mike, which I think was really fun. And then my gorgeous Elle. And then here was like a little statement that I said, like, Elle living was the easiest choice the writer's room should have had. Duh. Freaking duh. I love putting Elle in cute little outfits because she would love to put herself in cute little outfits and go out and buy clothes with her girlies. I love this little fit for her. I think I drew it again. I do. Now we have more 𝚬𝙼, of course. This was definitely both inspired by Pinterest poses or images or photos, because whenever I'm like, I don't know what to draw, obviously go into Pinterest. And also this was an envelope, so sometimes I like go to turn the page and I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, you can hide shit in here. Hide shit behind the 𝚬𝙼 kiss photo. Now we have this gorgeous spread. We've got beautiful Elle and then Mike, I guess. And then this I think is the last time I really draw any Stranger Things stuff, because honestly, I'm sick of it. Like, not in like a bad way, but in a way where it's like, I hold so much aggression towards the Duffer Brothers for like how they finished everything that I was like, I just don't even want to think about it anymore. So this is the last that you will see. And now it's just more random bullshit. So here we have a beautiful spread of Grace Ashcroft. I love these two drawings. This one was like the first time I ever drew her, but I played all of Resident Evil 9 in like 3 sittings, I think. Yeah, I love it. I love the, I've only played 7, 8, and 9 myself, but I really, really, really want to play the previous games as well. Always been like a quiet Resident Evil fan, but after Resident Evil 9, I've really gotten into it. I love it. She's awesome. I love her. I'm in love with Grace Ashcroft. Next, we got some random doodles. This drawing of Leon that I don't really like. But yeah, here I wrote, I never understood the Leon hype until he got old and ill and wrinkled. Which is true. Resident Evil 9 was like what really got me being like, oh, Leon. Okay. Because like I've watched people play Resident Evil 2 and 4 and I was like, yeah, Leon's awesome. He's cool, but I don't really understand the hype. And then Resident Evil 9, I locked the fuck in for this man. I love him. He's great. And then we have another drawing of Hikotsu, my gorgeous girl. This is her in like her most recent iteration of design. And she's just, oh, she's such a cutie patootie. I love her so much. Next, we have some more doodles. This is Minka and this is Oscar. I was like going through my old sketchbooks and I found these two OCs that were from a D&D campaign that I used to run. They're brother and sister, but Oscar was adopted into her family after he was like found on the beach one day. And they're so cute and I love them. And they remind me a lot of Dipper and Mabel. So I was like, I just really want to draw them again. They're so cute. And then this was a drawing of Asta. This is a drawing of Asta. I don't really like it that much, but I have a lot of Copic markers and I was like, I do not use these. I should like maybe try and use them. So I did this and I don't like it at all because the Poscas were all kind of like running out. So it's like a little bit streaky and like, And also I just like, not Poscas, oh my god, the Copic markers. Sorry, have I been saying Poscas the whole time? Probably. But they're Copic markers and I was like, well, I might as well use them. I've kind of forgotten how to use them. And so this kind of just turned out a muddy mess, but it's okay. It's Asta, I love him. Next, we got this spread. This is a drawing of Grace. I meant to go over and redo the mouth because I don't like the mouth at all. Everything else I really like. But yeah, I drew this with, what's it called? Pastels, oil pastels. It was really fun. Just like a doodle of my girl. And then we've got just roll with it stuff. I think the rest of the sketchbook is mostly just roll with it stuff. But Aurora is Milo's new character and I love her so much. There's going to be a lot of just roll with it kind of semi-spoilers that I'm not going to discuss. I'm just going to show them and I won't explain the context. But this is a drawing of Gillian. Yep. If you know, you know. And then this is my beautiful Aurora. I adore her. This next spread, I'm outing myself to the general public as a Chip and Eden shipper. Here I am. So Chip is one of the Riptide Pirates, adore him, and then Eden is Gillian's sister, and Chip has always had like a little crush on Eden, and I have been eating it up ever since their very first interaction together. I was like going through my old sketchbooks, and I found like some of the first drawings I ever did of Riptide, and one of them was a drawing of Chip and Eden when they first met, when Eden was working at the bar, and I love them so much and I need more people to talk about them. And then we have some more cute little drawings of Eden, more Eden and Chip, and then this is a drawing of Gillian. I'm not gonna explain the context of what's going on here, but this was hype, but also really traumatic, but also hype. This is just a bunch of random doodles that I did while I was at work. Ignore this drawing. This was supposed to be Will, but I was just so tired at work and it's not good. I was re-listening to a recording of the D&D campaign I run, Curse of Strahd. And this is my friend's character, Avari. He's a tiefling, but he got turned into a werewolf. And then we flavored it as like when he's not in his werewolf form, he still has ears and a tail. So yeah, this was really fun. And then this is Ismark from Curse of Strahd. I drew him, he's fun. Little Aurora doodle. Yeah, just cute little doodles of stuff. Oh, I really like this page too. I started doodling these two when I was at work as well. This gorgeous drawing of Chip. I love Chip. And then there's me holding Asta. Little squeeze. This is me talking about episode 124 of Just Roll With It, and how gay Chip and Gillian were at the end of that. It was such a wholesome scene, but at the end of it I was like, whoa, that was intense. And then I have my beautiful Aurora becoming a Riptide pirate. I love this drawing so much. She is so cute and she's so beautiful. Next, we got a bunch of random doodles. I don't like this drawing of Chip. I literally was like, what is this side profile? Just ignore it. I didn't even want to cover it. I was just like, whatever. And then this is a drawing of corrupted Asta. So this is if he gets taken over by the big bad. I'm not going to elaborate further in case I want to use him, but this, I like this drawing. And then this is a drawing of Reagan. I love Reagan so much, and I love Mob Psycho 100 so much. I used to draw so much of it, but yeah, like most things do, they fizzle out. But I've really wanted to rewatch Mob Psycho because it's my favorite anime, probably one of my favorite shows of all time. So, ready to lock in on that. Next, we got a little doodle page. This is just a drawing I did of Resident Evil 4 Leon. So cute. He's so cute. And then just a bunch of random pencil drawings. We got Ethan Winters, the best dad ever. And then, I don't even know, just random bullshit. And then I love this page. This is so cute. We've got my little design for Jay. I've changed it like a tiny bit. Instead of this strap going above the little like shoulder piece, it goes underneath. And it was definitely inspired a lot by this artist design, 𝚂𝙾𝙲𝙸𝙰, I think is how you say it. But yeah, I was like, I want that to go underneath now, which you can kind of see here. This was a lineup of all the Riptide pirates, like the main playable characters. I don't really like this. I don't like it. That's fine though. And then we've got more Chip and Eden art because I love them so much. And I want to just turn this into a sticker for myself because I don't know a lot of people that ship Chip and Eden, but I do. And I want this as a sticker. Yeah, I feel like I'm alone in the world with these guys, but they're so cute. And then this is the final page. Oh my god. Yeah, finished Monday, March 30th, which was yesterday as of recording. And I finished with, I wanted to do like a bigger piece because I don't really do a lot of that in my sketchbooks. I kind of just like doodle a character and go about my day. But I wanted to draw like a little scene of Asta if hypothetically at the end of the campaign he's all safe and he's all well and he rescues Terrence and everything's all good and he's just like in his study. He's an archaeologist as well, so he's like doing his little studies on his discoveries, and he's thinking about Terrence. He's thinking about Terrence, his boy. Love it. And then there's me. Oh, so cute. I don't really know what to say now. That's the end of my sketchbook. Of course, I've got the obligatory pen test page. I always do this at the back of my sketchbooks. But yeah, that's really about it. I talked for a while. I love drawing. I love sharing my art. And I really hope you enjoyed having this on in the background, I'm assuming, while you did stuff. If you want to see more art content, I'm planning on probably, if this goes well, doing some sketchbook tours of a bunch of my other sketchbooks. I have so many. Or just doing like random art chats. I've really wanted to do like an art rant talking about Stranger Things for a while. Or talking about Just Roll With It, because I love Just Roll With It and I always have. Or talking about my OCs. I don't even know. I might make a poll or something, but I'm glad you sat and enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Much love. Enjoy your day.